What's up, guys? Toby, 50 Baits. Hey, trying a new angle. I'm trying to get everything better. We're going to be shooting some swim baits today. Catching up on a little older. I thought I'd bring you along. This is a light green pumpkin with a very little bit of it's going to be the 3.8-inch rip wrap. We're going to shoot it. We're going to shoot me some fluke style baits, soft jerk baits, whatever you want to call them. And we're going to shoot the small. Come on, glare. We got sun coming in. I got a light on. I don't know how there's any sun because it's freaking cold. We're going to shoot this. And, of course, to make it a laminate, it comes with this little bar. It just sits right in top right here. Beep, beep. And we have to clamp it, which also is no problem. Sorry. And we're going to talk about some guys that have been commenting stuff. You know, one guy said he couldn't get the Graves mold to shoot good. It turns out he was shooting it at like 350 and above. Your initial cook, guys, is 350. When you don't see, people have been asking, so we're going to try and move it around today. What I'm doing most of the time when I'm down here mixing is really just cooling off the plastic to get it back down to temperature. So your initial cook from your liquid stage is to 350. After that, you do not want to be at 350. You don't want to be shooting it at that high of a temperature. Golly, you can't hardly see it. This is a green highlight instead of blue. It's just a green highlight. We're going to shoot it on bottom, and we're going to shoot green pumpkin that has a little bit of purple highlight in it and just a small amount this time of the hyper ship that I like. So when I'm down below, I didn't think anybody paid attention to that. All I'm doing is stirring the plastic. Reason I'm stirring it is to cool it down. That's the main thing. You do not want to shoot your plastic at 350. Some molds like to be shot a little warmer, some a little colder. I get that part. But especially when you're shooting a laminate, you want it as cold as you can possibly get it. I shoot it between 300 and 320. We're just going to use some spring clamps on the Lil Hammer. And we're going to set it in my little hole here. I like my hole just because it, like I said, it keeps the plastic away from me. That way if something goes wrong, I got it backwards already. So, everything is really cold, so I hope everything shoots good. Usually when it's real cold, some molds really like to shoot certain ways. Some hot, some cold. Just depends on the mold, guys. I mean, like I said, every mold is different, so the plastic ain't even close. Sorry guys, taking a little bit of time here. No big thing. So anyway, I like my molds facing a certain way. That way, top, and I put my colors how I want them down here in my hole, and I'll show you that, and we'll go from there. But when guys are telling me they can't get something to shoot or they're flashing a lot, it's usually temperature. And I thought guys, you know, more people knew. And not knocking you if you're just starting. Your initial cook's to 350. After that, you do not want 350. Like right now, I want to try and get these to around 310. Now, I'm very impatient. So, sometimes I shoot around 320. 320. This thing does not want to go that far over. Let me see if I can get it to hold here. Nope. Alrighty. Making me mad. Told you I broke this thing and I need to fix it, and I haven't done it because I'm slack. Very, very slack. Y'all got a slacker in your family? I'm the slacker in mine. All right, let's try this. Come down a little bit more, maybe. So this is all I'm doing right here is just mixing it up, and the only reason I'm mixing it, it's already mixed as far as the colors and everything go. All I'm doing now is to try to get to a certain temperature. And I want it below 320. All right, my green highlight is at 313. My green pumpkin here is at 321. So I'm going to keep stirring the green pumpkin to get it to the temperature that is closer to the other one. And that way, I get a better laminate. If one's too hot or one's too cold, vice versa, one color will override. Now, that's not always a bad thing because, like I said, there's no permanent lines in nature at all. So I don't mind if the laminate isn't perfect, but some people do. So now, just stirring it a little bit has gotten it down to where I'm wanting it now. So you want them within 5 degrees of each other, but also go off feel. If they feel about the same, that helps as well too. So I really honestly go off feel more than I go on. I double check everything on my dual injector, get my blending block ready. Again, certain molds shoot sideways, so I'll have this one top that way. These are both top to the top facing you. I like to do that just because it makes it easier. And try not to make as much of a mess. And that's another reason I take my dual. Got a little air. You get a little air, push some of that out. Aim it up and push it out. That may mess up my shoot right here. But we're going to rock with it anyway. And since I know I need these for an order, we're going ahead and shoot a couple of these, the 3.8 inch rip wrap. I am going to need some of these as well. This is the smaller 2.75. And that mold is cold. I do not know if I have enough for flukes. Let's try it. What's the worst that can happen? Oh, I didn't have enough. You can hear it gurgling like your belly's tore up. So I didn't get everything shot that I wanted. That's just number one, everything is so cold. Even inside my dual is cold. So the plug inside here is going to be huge because cold injector, hot plastic, it just sets it up quicker. How did I get that? So it happens. You run into problems, especially when it's cold. You got to get everything back working, back warm. And this is our colors, if you can see it. Just green highlight and then green pumpkin with a little bitty bit of purple highlight and a little bitty bit of the hyper shift powders. And that's it. That's all we do. It's nothing hard, nothing crack. Because if it was hard, I couldn't do it. Trust me, not real bright. Not the smartest in my family. But I love making swim baits because making natural colors. Hang on it. Dropping stuff. Slacker. I am just slack as can be. Alright, let's get them out of my hole, get them out of my way. I do not know how everything turned out because everything's so cold. I know we don't have flukes or soft jerk tack. If you're not selling them, it doesn't matter. And I think, honestly, I think they sold the rights or whatever. But anyway, fluke is like trademark or whatever. And I ran out of plastic. You heard the little gurgling noises. There's your boo-boo. I actually had enough plastic. What I didn't have was enough hot plastic. Because like I said, everything is cold. So it's hard to mix and keep it that way to shoot. But once you put it inside your cold injector, it starts setting up right then. So again, when I'm doing my plastics down here in the hole, and people are like, well, what are you doing? All I'm doing is trying to cool it down to get it to the temperature that I want to inject. That's all I'm doing. Because everything's already mixed in. The colors are already made. All that good stuff. So all I'm doing is cooling it down, getting it to temperature that I want to inject. And other times I'm just picking off this extra plastic right here. Some people just throw it away. I put it into a pile and I'll remelt everything and make a single color out of whatever. So all this junk that didn't mix, I should have green highlight better in the baits that didn't come out. Let's see how they look in the baits. I'll put that into a cup, remelt it, and just see what I come up with. Like I said, I fish a lot of my baits, so I'll use them. If it's not a color that anybody wants, I'll fish it. I'll fish anything once. Then once I know what I want or what's working, of course I've got my colors. But swim baits, you can get away with different colors. Boy, oh god, that's the 3.8-inch rip wrap. Keep that light out off of it as much. Hopefully, maybe you can see that green highlight. Nope, it ain't gonna do it. There we go. Maybe, come on. I got the sun coming in again. I don't know how the sun's shining because it is cold. And I'm ready for it to warm up. But I love the 3.8-inch rip wrap. And I leave these on for now. Of course, after they're cured, that'll come off this piece here. Boom. I leave them on there just because I hang them. Talked about it before, my little system I've got over there. It's just nails and pieces of wood. Just finishing nails, trim nails, whatever you want to call them. And I just bloop, bloop, just stick them on there, and they'll hang straight, and they'll cure. Some people have different ideas on how long to let them cure. I do 24 hours at least, or overnight, you know. It's cold in here, so they're going to cure a lot quicker. And I've shot a few because of the order, but just good natural colors. I love making swim baits because, like I said, you can go to the store and buy pearl white. Here's one that didn't laminate perfectly. But again, I do not mind that because there are no natural straight lines in nature. And I like that. So I like when it has the differences and it's not just a perfectly straight line. Like this one here laminated perfectly, but that doesn't matter to me as much. So that was the 3.8-inch rip wrap. We don't have any fluke style baits because I messed up. Oh, I'm still looking for deer even though season's over with. Sometimes they'll come around the corner like, hey man, we out of corn. You need to hook me up. Put some corn out there, man. I swear they talk to me. This is the 275, the Lil Hammer. I don't even know why I tried to do that with the glare. Come on, glare, help me out. Love this little bait too. Again, this is a different one we talked about before about how baits laminate. That little bar in there, basically it's across the top. When you shoot in each color with your dual injector, it just directs one to one side, one to the other. As you can see, if I peel this back, it's all that green. Take the little bar out. Try to take the little bar out. There it goes. It's just a little flat piece of, I say bar, it's just a little flat piece of metal. I can't even talk today. And when you take these out, without that piece of metal, that bait wouldn't laminate. You can see your two separate colors. And that's cool because if you're remelting your stuff, I've got the green highlight, boom, I just take this off. Right there, right there, and right there. And I've got remelt. A little bit of green seeped over, but no big deal. All that can be remelted. The other side is the same way. I'll just take it off right there. And what it does, that little bar just directs the plastic around the mold. That little 275 is so good, especially on a umbrella rig, Alabama rig, whatever you want to call it. The ones that people are casting. Just a great bait. Perfect size. Like right now they're on shad. And there you go. And I leave this as well also to hang up to cure. Once it's cured, I'll just pop that back off and it'll go into another pile of remelts. So that's what we're shooting today. It's swim baits. Thought I'd show you guys. Oh, back to this mold. It'd be hard to do it with the freaking glare, I know, but this thing's machined to where when you have that bar in there, it's cut differently on each side. So when it redirects that, each side gets that side of plastic. It's hard to explain, but the bar separates it. It goes in one side, goes in the other, and without that little bar, you can't laminate this mold. So that makes it valuable to me because most people with swim baits like 2-color laminates. I do too. So, and it laminates perfectly. That green highlight and that green pumpkin just, oh, I love it. I love it, love it, love it, even when they don't laminate perfectly. So, just want to bring y'all along, man. Got some baits to make. Bring you along. Appreciate you being here. Appreciate you watching. If you don't mind, like and subscribe, guys. We're getting up there a little bit. So, keep going, keep going. I appreciate you all that have. And I'm going to keep making some baits. Get caught up here. And hope everybody has a great day. Great week because it is Monday. Mondays suck. But it's better than the alternative not being here for a Monday. So, hope you have a great day, great week. And if it'll warm up, let's go catch some fish. Y'all have a good one. We'll see.